Hello, and welcome to this episode of Funny Side Up. It's your two favorite SoCal podcasters. I'm your host, Will, Big Boss Will, and my co-host, my beautiful, sexy, adoring, loving partner.
I'm MD Wade.
And it's just the dudes again this week. I cannot sing, and Jackson, can you?
Sometimes, I think.
I can't. I know you've never vocalized your songs except for the one that we're in.
I actually did a few that had like lyrics.
Downward Spiral. New World Downward
I mean like
Spiral?
actual lyrics.
Oh, yeah?
And I shared them. One was in a friend of mine's server and the other was in like a Game Jam server. Random ass place to put it.
How long ago was this?
Say 3 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I ended up going back and deleting the messages because the last thing I want... Well, first of all, they were raps about murder.
Oh, yeah. Jackson's hard. I know any rap song you've sent me is pretty good.
It's usually about murder.
Yeah, it's usually about you beating up some sucker.
Yeah. And like, I wrote one about getting murdered. So, that's actually not a joke.
Jackson's got a lot on his mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, on today's episode, I just kind of wanted to, I think the first topic I wanted to bring up was dreams, mainly because you had a really interesting one last night that you were telling me about, but I didn't quite understand over Discord. And you don't have to tell that one if you don't want to.
I don't see why not.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I was on my phone and I got
This was in your dream?
Yes. This isn't all in my dream. I got a notification that my girlfriend sent me something on Instagram, and I go and check it out, and it's this video, this live leak video of some really shitty water park, probably in an impoverished part of impoverished part of the fucking world. And it had this thing where it was like this toy truck or something, some stupid thing like that would like run on a track. Mm-hmm. And then once it filled up with water from water coming down from wherever the fuck, it would tip over and you would like just fall out. Haha, funny.
You were in the back of the truck? Like people were in the back of the truck?
Yeah, you just rode in it and you fell out. And in this thing, like, it happened to some kid and then he fell out, and then what do you know, he just fucking got run over by one of them, and he was like getting all sliced up, and it was like very vivid. I don't know why it was my girlfriend that sent me that. She's
a very tame individual.
Yeah, she would not send me gore on Instagram. And I think what really made it stand out to me was that in my dream I woke up and then I went over to my phone and I like immediately knew what was going to happen. I was like, she sent me this thing. She said some random ass fact about like the audio.
Yeah, it was like 120 millisecond delay.
Yeah, like latency in the audio.
Yeah.
Some random ass thing. And like, sure enough, she was sending me that stuff and I saw it happening and I was like, damn. And then...
This was all still in your dream?
This was still all in my dream. And then of course I woke up and I'm like, there's no, like...
You look over at your phone.
Yeah, I go and get my phone. I'm just like looking at it. And like a minute goes by and I'm like, okay.
I'm in the real world this time.
Yeah. And I think what might have caused that is the night before, or the night before that actually, so 2 nights ago, mm-hmm. I was talking about waking up from a nightmare in your dream.
Yeah.
It was just a topic that came up. She mentioned it. I mentioned it happened to me a long time ago. And then yesterday...
Lo and behold.
Yesterday, I was just on my phone waiting in the Little Caesars drive-thru.
Yep.
And I slid up on my friend Chris's story, and he's like, you guys ever have a nightmare that you wake up and...
Life's a simulation.
Yeah.
Going back to simulation theory, like after last episode.
Yeah, it's a peculiar thing.
Yeah. I've had very, like, I go through periods in my life. Like, it's usually like month-long periods where I either will dream nearly every night or I won't dream at all for like several months. Like I end up on this rotation where when I start having dreams, I'll have dreams for like a couple weeks, maybe 2 or 3 months. And then after that, one night I'll just stop dreaming.
Yeah.
I won't dream for another couple of months. But anytime I have dreams, they're really vivid, long, and complex. And there was a period of time where I was training myself to like, I read something where if you try your hardest to remember what your dream was and then like go and tell someone, you're more likely to maintain that memory.
Yeah.
Like anytime you dream, you're more likely to maintain the memory of you dreaming. And that's why people say keep a dream journal. If you wake up and immediately write down what you dreamt, it helps you build that like that fleeting memory, like grasping it and holding on to it. I can remember certain dreams over the years, two in particular that were, I would consider them nightmares. One of them is the only time I've ever woken up in a cold sweat, like panting.
Yeah.
I think I was running through the woods being chased by a bunch of wolves and they got me. And I swear I died in my dream, but I woke up. This was like years ago, back whenever I lived in here. Not here, but like this town.
Yeah.
And I was like sweating. I was and I was like, oh, it was just a dream.
You know the thing where it's like you wake up from a nightmare and you just like start screaming as soon as you wake up?
Never done that.
I remembered me doing it once, but considering I don't remember anyone like coming to my room or anything, and Colton slept above me, so like I
would have woken up.
Yeah, so I am convinced I just dreamt that.
Yeah. The other like really vivid nightmare that I can remember was I was being chased once again.
Of course.
It was this like
is this why you took up cross country?
Yeah. It was this field that was like very eerie, and there was a shed with like a light in the front of it. But do you know the mob from World of Warcraft? I think they're called Murlocs.
No, I've never.
Let me show you what these guys are. They're like little frogmen. I think that's what they're called, Murlocs. But it was a bunch of them jumping around trying to get people. And this one, that's essentially what. Yeah. But they were more like a skin tone like colored, like that bottom one almost. They were jumping around after me, and one bit into my forearm, and I looked at the wound on my forearm. I wasn't bleeding or anything. It looked like apple. Like someone took a bite out of an apple, and that was my arm.
It's like a cartoon.
Yeah. I like looked, and my skin like in the gash had like the texture of an apple, and I was like, I'm made out of apple. But it was really realistic and really vivid.
It was so realistic that you were made out of apple.
Yeah. No, like if in real life under human flesh it was apple, it's I dreamt it.
Yeah.
So those are like two vivid nightmares I had.
Okay, quick break. I just need something to write down. Like if there's a part that I ever need to cut or something, I like to, because like last time I was hunting for that fucking voice crack of mine for like 30 minutes. So no more.
That first one was 2 minutes.
Hepatitis B vaccine?
No.
Okay. But yeah.
Are we gonna cut that?
Yeah, we're gonna cut all this. So.
Put 2 minutes.
5:56.
2 minutes and 9 minutes. But yeah, so I recently had this dream that I had two dreams in one night, which isn't uncommon, but it's a lot rarer than just having one really vivid dream.
Yeah.
I was in this house that I was just walking around, and like I would go upstairs.
Is it a house that you're familiar with?
No, not at all. I would be walking around, and I'd go up some stairs, and it would lead to nowhere. And then like I would open a door, and it would just be nothing. Like I was in just a nonsense house that like the architecture of it didn't make any sense. Like I would go up a set of stairs that shouldn't really lead to anything, but then did.
Yeah.
Because like there wasn't anything in that area. And then I was texting about what my other dream was, but I actually forgot that one even. Oh, no. Me and our good friend Blake were trying to sneak into this like old abandoned like not silo, but like factory.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just kind of walking through, and it was nighttime. But then there was someone apparently up in the factory that was sniping at us. And so they shot a shot at us, and we immediately like hit the ground, and there was just pinging everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
and we crawled and got behind a barrier,
Mhm.
and we were sitting back there, and I was like, we need to get the fuck out of here like as soon as we can.
Yeah.
And so I think Blake ended up running one way, and I thought he got shot, but I can't remember. But I got up and ran the other way and had like 3 or 4 guys chasing me, another chase dream.
Yeah.
And I found a Jeep out in the woods that I hopped in and drove, and literally like 5 seconds from this old abandoned factory that was like guarded by a militia was just some like rinky-dink suburban neighborhood that I like ditched the Jeep in a parking lot, walked for like 5 minutes, and ended up in a building with a bunch of my friends.
Sounds like you're in like a post-apocalyptic movie or something.
Yeah.
What you were talking about earlier with like buildings that make no sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen the video on it, but this guy made a game engine dealio from scratch in like C++, which he called the NonEuclidean game world or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And basically he could do things where he made this house where it's made up of 4 quadrants and they're all of equal size, but like you could walk into the house, and as soon as you step in, there's a doorway immediately in front of you and one to your right, and like all the rooms just connect like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you could walk forward and turn right, and then turn right, and then turn right. But there was one house that had 3 rooms only, and then there was another that had 5.
Yeah.
But it's still quadrants. It's like, it's really hard to wrap your head around because you can't actually represent this in a 3D space. It's not possible.
Yeah. But you could, like, in the one with 3 quadrants, you could walk into the first room. You would have the option to go right or left.
Just right.
So you would go right, and you go right again.
And then you're
You'd
back
be
at
in
the first room already.
Interesting.
Yeah. And the same thing with the 5 room thing, except you have to make one more trip, but then you're back in that first room.
Yeah. So.
And this was an actual playable thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really cool. It's like it's hitting the same ground as like Portal,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like doing things that you can't do in real life.
Yeah.
That's
With
a very vague
space.
description. Yeah, with
Yeah.
space. And there's another thing. This is just sort of off topic, but like if you like go into no clip mode in Counter-Strike, there's a lot of, first of all, windows that don't. There's like windows where it's like there's sets of rows of 2 of them on the outside, and on the inside there's like one fucking window on the inside. And there's also like doors that immediately afterward have like 2 feet of wall, and then there's like nothing on the outside.
Yeah.
Just doors that don't go anywhere. I had a neighbor. Another tangent.
Segway.
Yeah. I had a neighbor who.
They had these doors that went nowhere.
No. It's even worse than that.
They had doors that went places. Oh my gosh.
Boy, places did they go. So this lady, she is old, and I'm pretty sure she smokes weed out in the middle of nowhere. She's already paid off her house and everything.
It's legal in SoCal.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so she has everything paid off. She just lives on her land, does whatever her entire life. I was at her house because there was like this neighborhood thing, which is really unheard of for me. But I was over there, and I was like in her house, and I like opened this door because I like went upstairs first, and I opened this door, and I went to take a step out, and this fucking door is on the side of the house with nothing else there.
Yeah.
Like it's like 12 feet up. So like
Wow.
I like stopped myself, and I was like holding onto the doorknob to like not fucking fall.
Yeah.
And I just looked down, and I like turned back, and I saw my dad.
He's like, yep, don't go out that door.
He was like, yeah, that doesn't go anywhere. And I was like, uh-huh.
Yeah. You're looking 12 feet down.
Yeah, I was just in shock because it's just like her gravel driveway.
You didn't see that coming down the driveway?
Yeah. Next time you come into my house, I'll point it out to you because it's probably like 1,000 feet from my house.
Mm-hmm.
It's not far.
Yeah.
But yeah. Geez, I think I've said every tangent that I have.
you ended there?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. How's the game going? Oh, wait.
What?
I just realized the game's like stagnated right now.
Which one?
Well, yours.
Yeah.
Primarily what I was going to talk about.
I actually opened Game Maker Studio 2 for the first time in a while yesterday. And I needed to update it. It's been so long.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got this extension by a guy which integrates Steam multiplayer. So I was going to like experiment with that, see if it would kickstart me
Some
working on it
motivation.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, Steam was doing some new stuff. There's like a new public playtesting option.
Oh.
So I don't have to like give out keys and plan on revoking them later. I can just
Do the playtest option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I read this comment because the video only had like 200 views when I saw it. So there were only 3 comments.
Yeah.
But someone said something like, it's a tricky situation because this is like obviously the more moral option, but you can also just, if your game isn't finished, you can just release it right now for early access.
Yeah.
You're still going to get feedback. People are probably going to be more lenient with it, and you get money. So there's really no reason to do playtesting right now.
Yeah.
As opposed to just releasing it in early access.
Yeah.
Which right now there's like no game. I would not do that. But if there were, then it's like,
why do
playtesting when I could actually charge money for this?
Yeah, you could basically do pre-sales. And like you're going to finish the game either way.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Like, I think the thing that people don't like about
early access is that people don't get
people
shit
don't
done.
finish their games.
Yeah, they make their money and fuck off.
Yeah, which I mean that's what people did with like Kickstarters and everything like that, is because there was no contract or obligation for anyone that made a Kickstarter to actually produce the thing that they were making.
Yeah, what they were promising anyway.
Exactly. Like, and there are things that Kickstarter that had been kickstarted that ended up releasing something, but like not
was like
releasing
nothing
what
close.
was promised.
Yeah.
Like was it Mighty Number 9 or whatever?
Mighty Number 9
fucking bombed.
It was what was promised, I think. From what I can recall, like they made like stretch goals that they actually reached to like port it to like Wii U and all this other bullshit. I don't even know if it made it to Wii U actually, but all these bullshit platforms that no one cared about. They promised people that.
Hey, we're gonna release it on Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the Virtual Boy. It's gonna be on the Commodore
94.
on the Ouya. But yeah, it's like they actually did finish that game and everything. It just sucked.
Yeah,
that was the problem.
The guy that like claimed to have been working on it or whatever, that like his claim to fame was that he like did some of the original like art design of Mega Man or something like that. And people were like, oh, that qualifies you to, make a Mega Man-esque game. And it doesn't, because he didn't have any of he didn't do like the original programming.
Yeah.
It was something like that. I'm definitely misquoting, but I'm pretty sure he was only involved on art.
Are you familiar with, first of all, DOS? Yeah. Are you familiar with Mega Man on DOS?
I'm not.
Very interesting story with that. There was a guy who taught himself how to program in like the 70s. So like he was pretty well ahead of the curve. And he got a job at Capcom porting games and stuff.
Yeah.
And, he really liked Mega Man, I guess.
It's a weird niche,
Yeah.
If you find a Mega Man fan, they're usually something else.
Yeah. So he did work at Capcom. So like he already had the thing. And so in his free time, over the course of 4 years, he made his own Mega Man game for DOS.
Mm-hmm.
And someone at Capcom saw it and they're like, can we sell this?
Yeah.
And they did. And it's really weird because there's like a lot of like enemies and stuff that are not in any other Mega Man game.
Like he added?
Yeah. Because he did make the entire thing on his own. And the art for Mega Man, first, he looks fucking goofy.
In the DOS version?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll try to get a picture for you so you can like describe it.
Yeah. You want me to describe it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And you can also include a picture on the YouTube thing
if
if
I
you want.
remember to, I will. I never remember to do any visual thing.
Yeah.
But I was gonna ask, what is your favorite like old school games? Okay, so Mega Man in this DOS version is a very short, plump man. He's got maybe 3 pixels for a mouth. He's got 2 pixels for one eye and 4 pixels for the other. He's in a very aggressed stance, like he's about to whoop some ass. But he's a little cute boy, I'd say. He looks just very round. And
Yeah.
He looks very short compared to regular Mega Man.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about it on like a technical level, then in the NES games, he would or not he, but the game would scroll left to right, and when you wanted to change like
X and Y value
or the Y position,
Y
right?
value, yeah.
It would have to scroll down or up. Like
Yeah.
the game would freeze, and it does like a Super Mario Bros. 2 thing. But in this one, like it's just free doing. Like the camera's just always centered on him.
Yeah.
And you can just like go up and down, whatever. So like the level design is inherently different.
Mhm.
The enemies are different. The game handles completely differently because it was made from the ground up. It's basically not Mega Man.
But it is Mega Man.
It is Mega Man. It's just made by one wacko, some Yahoo, and he just did it for fun. And then they sold it. They sold it to people who had DOS.
Did he make money off of it?
I don't actually know.
Capcom.
I'm sure Capcom took most of it. They tend to do that.
That's crazy. Capcom just doesn't seem like a big name, you know? Like, what has Capcom done in the like last 10 years?
Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, is that it?
I'm kidding. Phoenix Wright came out in 2001.
Yeah, like,
But they've made a lot of games since then. But yeah, if you look up Mega Man DOS, the first line of Wikipedia says Mega Man is a 1990 action platform video game developed by Steven Rosner, an ex-employee of Capcom USA, and published by High Tech Expressions.
X
Yeah,
employee.
he left. He dipped.
Yeah, they stole my damn game.
Yeah, it's just that. I mean, you know, it's not that unheard of for a single person to make a game because you know you had like pretty much every Atari game was made by one person.
Yeah,
To
I mean,
most degrees.
it was very simple games.
Yeah,
Like, I made Pong. Okay.
big whoop.
Yeah, you made 2 paddles and a ball. Paddles are too small, bro. Come on.
Yeah, how long did it take you to make that one?
So, Jackson, would you consider Weezer a big musical inspiration to you?
No, not at all.
But it was one man that did so much.
I mean,
Rivers.
if you want to talk bands that had one man doing so much, Foster the People.
Yeah.
That's my example of that. I think,
My one example is Michael Jackson.
yeah,
Michael Jackson did a lot by himself. Like, I'm pretty sure he choreographed a lot of his dances.
yeah, all the dancing, I can't speak for that, but like I know a lot of the music, you know, because they're very highly orchestrated performances. If you download like stems of like Beat It, there's like 17 audio tracks. There's a lot to it.
Which one did we do? We did Smooth Criminal, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Good fucking bass line.
Yeah,
Like, so funky.
yeah.
And, you know, whenever we did that, I started, like, listening to old songs and really focusing on, like, bass lines.
Mhm.
And I feel like bass lines have almost, like, become a thing of the past almost. Like really good bass riffs.
Yeah,
You never see in music anymore.
You
Like,
just need to.
You just have, like...
Yeah, the laziest thing you can do is you take the chord progression and you take the root note of whatever chord is happening right now and you just hold that.
Yeah.
Which that's easy. That's fine.
There's
I
no
guess.
depth to it. Like...
Yeah, there's no depth to it. But
There's so much beauty having a good bass like line.
yeah, it can really elevate a song.
Bow, 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 bow. You know what that is?
Another one bites the dust. Yeah, everyone knows that one.
See, it's a good bass line.
Yeah, you know.
Give me a bass riff.
Give you a bass riff.
Yeah, and let me guess the song. Do you know any straight off?
Da 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 dun dun da da dun dun. Yeah.
Smooth Criminal.
But the Super Mario Bros. Underground theme was ripped off of some song. Let me look it up really quick.
Oh yeah, I remember you showing me.
Yeah.
Didn't Michael Jackson do music for was it an NES game?
I was actually about to mention that. He did music for Sonic 3.
Yeah.
And if you look through all of the credits, there's no song that he is credited alone with.
Yeah.
Most of them had his bassist, I believe, bassist and keyboardist, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Brad Buxer.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually a song that Brad made with his own band called Hard Times. And then it is literally Ice Cap Zone from Sonic. It's just the exact same song. And it's really fascinating because everyone was going through trying to find the origin of this song for so long because they knew that none of the original Sonic team composers made it. So it had to be something Michael Jackson did, right?
Yeah.
So they were like looking for like chord progression similarities because like the Sonic 3 credits theme it has the exact same chord progression as Stranger in Moscow by Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And there's this song, I think it's called Jam or something like that, but it has the same chord progression and during one part of Carnival Night Zone. It actually has a sample from that song.
Yeah.
Where, but like, everyone's like, this song is kind of similar to this Michael Jackson song or whatever.
It's got bits and pieces of this one.
Yeah, but then they found this one song called Hard Times, and it is just that song. It is like one for one recreated. I'd say minus vocals, but I mean, it's a Genesis game. Of course, it doesn't have vocals.
Doesn't Michael Jackson have vocals in one of the songs? Well, like emulated vocals?
Yeah, there's like ad-libs, I guess.
Him going,
it's him going woo,
Woo!
Yeah. There's this one sample from the mini-boss theme that is like, I don't know what it's from. I want to say Michael Jackson brought it. It's a dude saying, "Come on," which like, it's a very iconic part of the mini-boss theme. I'll go ahead and play it for you now, but I'll actually edit it in post.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We should talk about what happened on the last episode when we added in spirit flutes.
Oh, yeah.
We got tagged for copyright by David R.
You can save that. I'm going to edit this part out.
Okay.
Just because, I'm going to do this, but throat making weird noises. That woo is Michael Jackson and the Come On. I have no idea what it's from.
Yeah.
That's Michael Jackson as well. And they also brought back, because so Sonic 3 was so big, they split it into two parts where you had to buy they called it a lock-on cartridge, which was an and Knuckles cartridge.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've heard about and Knuckles.
Yeah, so if you snap Sonic 3 into the top, then you play the full game. You play Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah. If
you snap Sonic 2 into the top, then you can actually play Sonic 2 as Knuckles, which I think that's bonkers.
Yeah.
But so they finished Sonic 3 and they were working on Knuckles, and by this point sexual allegations had come out against Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson was not happy with how the Sega Genesis sounded. He was actually very disappointed with it.
Yeah.
So they both wanted to go their own separate ways. So they brought back Howard Drawson, who did the Ooze soundtrack and Comic Zone soundtracks.
Oh, yeah. Comic Zone has a really good soundtrack.
Yeah, it's like new metal, but it's chiptune and it's wonderful. But so it's actually more of grunge. But anyway, he just replaced every song that they wanted to be rid of. Which, some of them stayed, but like Knuckles' theme is different. The mini boss is different, I believe. The invincibility theme is different. And yeah, I just think that's pretty cool. But yeah, let's talk about spirit flutes.
Yeah, so David R. Miracle.
Yeah.
I always just say Miracle.
Yeah, either one.
I think it was just a bot, like YouTube's monetization bot or music catcher, caught our song, caught his song, Sacred Grounds.
I mean, I don't think it was a content ID thing, but It said like on behalf of the Orchard Enterprises, whatever they're called, which is like a big record label.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they have bots scanning for it.
They took monetization, which none of our podcasts are even monetized.
Yeah.
We just do it for the heck of it. They didn't take down the episode, which I'm happy about. I didn't have to go back through and mute the music if I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I left it up. But I just thought it was really funny that, which we were talking about it. We can actually just dispute it because we were
commentating on it.
Yeah,
criticizing it.
Yeah, we were criticizing it, which is
Fair
in
use.
line with YouTube's policy. I just thought it was really funny that I like went to check how the episode was doing, and I saw a little like exclamation mark on it or whatever. And I was like, oh.
So I want to apologize to anyone who watched that episode and like got an ad. That's not ours. We're not making money from that.
Yeah.
Because like none of ours will be monetized. None of ours, or at least not right now. But like at this point in time, none of our videos have ads on them because we haven't reached that level on YouTube yet. So when you do watch that and you get an ad, it's because they are monetizing it on behalf of David R. Miracle.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we hate David R. Miracle.
Yeah.
We may handle it. We may, just gonna be like, hey, it was fair use.
Do you know when copyright ends on a
that
given product?
No.
It is 70 years plus lifespan. So
like after he dies, 70 years.
That might be how it figured, or it might just be like the actual average lifespan. So it could be like 150 years or whatever. But yeah. In 150 years, I hope you guys enjoy that episode ad-free.
Our great grandkids will be happy to enjoy it ad-free.
I mean, we'll be lucky if YouTube exists by that point.
Yeah. I got a question, Jackson.
What's up?
What is your all-time favorite comedy film?
Do you even need to ask?
No. Just a segue.
Well, it is Austin Powers International Man of Mystery.
No, your second favorite one.
Yeah, it's Superbad.
The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Gold member. Yeah, no, my favorite, Dr. Evil.
Oh, baby.
That's the different one.
I was doing the Dr. Evil pinky thing.
Yeah.
And then I quoted Austin Powers because they're played by the same guy.
Yeah.
Fat bastard is literally just Shrek. Get in my belly.
Dude, I saw that movie because my parents were like recording it on a DVR when I was like 8.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you were scared.
I was like, can you show tits on TV like that?
Wasn't it just, are you talking about Fat Bastard's boobs? Yeah.
Exactly. I was like, I don't know if I should be seeing this.
Would you give Fat Bastard a kiss on the lips? If he paid you in Taco Bell? He said, I'll give you a taco.
Is that your impression?
For some reason, I can't do Scottish right now.
Yeah, I can't do it ever, but
I can sometimes if I get into it.
Yeah, post weight loss, yeah, I would. When his throat looks like a vagina.
When he started working at Subway, he became Jared Fogle. Speaking of Fogle,
Superbad.
Good segue. I segued back into the topic we were talking about.
It is just so classy that like his name is Fogle, and then like one of the jokes is you look like a future pedophile in this photo number 1. Because that movie came out in 2008. I'm pretty sure that's pre
Jared Fogle.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. He was doomed from the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, I think Seth Rogen was in on it. He knew.
Do you know how much child porn Jared Fogle had?
No, I don't.
I'm fairly certain it was like terabytes worth.
Yeah.
Which, that's insane. Like, he's in jail, right? He better be.
Yeah.
Like EDP.
Let's not talk about EDP.
Is that a...
Too topical. We can talk about Jared Fogle because that was like a decade ago.
Yeah, that'll always be relevant.
Yeah.
Unlike EDP.
Yeah.
Or, To Catch a Predator. But Superbad. What do you think makes it such a good film?
At a surface level, it is the first movie I've ever watched alone that made me laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Lol.
Do you have a favorite scene from the film?
I think the McLovin scene is easily like, that's the one scene that I show anyone when I'm telling them about the movie.
Yeah.
Because the love or the style of comedy between
Michael Cera.
Michael Cera and Jonah Hill is so different that there is at least one joke that I think everyone will laugh at in that one scene. Because like you have Michael Cera doing his awkward thing where he makes like kind of
It's like,
long jokes, like without much payoff, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But then you have Jonah Hill, who's just like
Firing him off.
Yeah, he's just a JonTron-esque character where it's just like be loud and swear, old JonTron, I mean.
Yeah.
Where it's like just him swearing is just really funny. It's just something about Jonah Hill. Like the way his eyes get wide where he's like, why the fuck was it between that or McLovin?
Yeah.
Like
Muhammad, read a fucking book. Muhammad's one of the most, it's the most common name in the world. Read a book.
Have you ever actually met anyone named Muhammad? Have you actually met anyone named McLovin? No, because it's a made up dumb fucking fairy tale name.
Did you know that Eminem, the first time he met Jonah Hill, quoted the first 10 minutes of Superbad to him?
First 10 minutes?
First 10 minutes. So that goes through like the perfect 10 scene.
That would be fucking awkward as hell. Like,
imagine Eminem walking up to you and like humming the entire Hand of Death soundtrack.
I'm just sitting there like waiting for him to finish.
Yeah. He goes,
What makes it even worse is the first 10 minutes of Superbad is them talking about porn websites.
Exactly. But shit's funny.
Yeah.
I think it is a really good film. It was actually one of the first like films that I watched by myself.
Yeah.
And was like, that is a fucking good movie. But like I don't think I like instantly had the love you did. But every so often I'll be like, hey, have you ever seen Superbad? And I think one day you came to me, I was like, dude, Superbad's such a good movie.
Yeah. I actually had this habit. I had kids getting pissed off at me because I had advanced classes AP last year.
Yeah.
So I basically had a class with the same kids every single period.
Yeah.
And there was this one guy in particular who was getting really pissed off because like every time I went to a new class, I would ask the teacher like, hey, have you seen Superbad?
Yeah.
And like I wasn't even trying to be annoying. I was just like curious to see what teachers thought of it.
Yeah.
About half of them said no. And then between the two remaining quarters, it was like, I've watched it, but that's really not appropriate to talk about right now. Like I didn't get in trouble, but they're just like, I really am not in a position to talk about that with a student.
Yeah.
But then I had two others who coincidentally are the same two that are credited in Vestavia. You're just like, yeah, that movie's hilarious.
Yeah. I know the history teacher. Who was the other one?
Theater in your book.
Oh yeah. I could see him liking Superbad.
Like I would just walk by him and be like, McLovin.
Yeah. Those are two fantastic teachers, and I think that
easily my favorites.
Yeah. Let's see. Yummy.
Baja Blast.
Speaking of Baja Blast, what are your thoughts on Code Red?
I think it's fine. I don't think I would pick it out aside from, like, if someone offered me one, I'd have it, but I wouldn't buy one.
Now, how about my famous combination drink, which is just an entire NOS and an entire Code Red?
Yeah. The interesting thing is the one time I did have it, I was up for 27 hours, but I'd already wrapped around to the point where it's like, I'm not tired anymore.
You can just keep going.
Yeah. So I didn't feel any different from it, but I mean, it tasted fine. Yeah,
dude, it's like my favorite. Like, if I am in need of energy, and I honestly feel like just a regular NOS gives me more energy than adding an entire Code Red to it, but it's just such a yummy combination.
Yeah.
Like,
I just love Monster Swiss chocolate, and it's like...
Yeah, that's your go-to energy drink.
Yeah.
It's coffee, so...
I don't... Yeah, I guess if you look at it like coffee, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
But I feel like every energy drink has to taste like a fruit punch or something.
Like Wake Up, yeah.
Yeah, so when it's like a non-carbonated, like hot chocolate, basically, but it's not hot.
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, and it can like make me feel awake. It's like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that is always my go-to favorite thing.
But you drink more coffee than anyone your age I know. And you drink it straight black.
Yeah.
Like you add nothing.
Yeah, which is It's all about efficiency.
Yeah. You make a big 12-cup are they called carafes?
I actually have no idea.
I'm pretty sure the coffee cup thing is called a carafe.
I call it a pot. Coffee
Like-
pot.
That's a awfully hot coffee pot.
Yeah.
Eminem.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, Eminem made a stupid rap about Donald Trump like a few years ago.
Of course he did.
And he rhymed awfully hot coffee pot. But you know, Eminem has gone up and down in my eyes. I think that was a low.
Yeah.
Awfully hot coffee pot, because for some reason that entire rap didn't make any sense to me. It was a acapella like freestyle,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't that great. But like, I've listened to some of his newer stuff, and it was really good. Eminem has like several styles where he's got like the jokey kind.
Yeah.
He's got his angry kind. He's got his diss tracks. But he's got the one where he quotes the first 10 minutes of Superbad,
Yeah.
and that's a good one.
That's a good single.
Yeah, I wish he would just put that on a track. Him doing like impressions of Michael Cera and Jonah Hill.
Do you think he was doing impressions, or do you think he was just
Oh,
like...
he definitely was doing voices. Have you seen his film, 8 Mile?
No, but did you know that his wedding present to Elton John was cock rings?
Really?
Yeah.
Did you know that people used to always think that he was like super homophobic? That's not a joke.
Yeah.
He like
And then he gives Elton John cock rings.
yeah. No, there was some musical awards where him and Elton John sang together, and then they like hugged at the end of the song. They
Yeah.
sang Stan. And then they walked off stage and kissed each other, I think.
Yeah, and then...
The-
Well, we can't go into the rest, but...
But like afterwards, Eminem was like, "Hey Elton," and he pulled out a box and he opened it. He like got down on one knee and cock rings, and
Yeah.
I thought Elton John's been married for like way longer than Eminem would have known him. Was it like an anniversary gift or like?
I'm actually not sure. There's a thing Colin sent me a while ago. So.
That might have been fake. It sounds real, because I'm pretty sure him and Elton John are like actually pretty good friends.
You want to look it up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was actually listening to Elton John earlier today.
Yeah.
Elton John's got some amazing music.
I
Have never listened to him, have you?
have. I'm not a huge fan. It's like I was talking about music that I did or didn't like last night,
Mm-hmm.
and something occurred to me that like if something doesn't have like synthesizers in it,
Yeah.
or isn't like chiptune or something like that, then at best it is just okay to me.
So like you like Journey because they've got a lot of synths.
Kind of. I mean, you know, there's the one big Journey song everyone knows.
I hate
Really?
Don't Stop Believing.
Do you?
I absolutely hate it. It's their worst song.
Well, you know what I hate?
What?
Closer. That fucking baby pull me closer.
Oh yeah. It's
I cannot fucking stand that song. Like one time my sister was listening to it like on the TV or
It's not a
something.
good song.
I actually was like infuriated.
Turn it off. Yeah.
Like
No, I feel sick anytime I hear Don't Stop Believing.
really.
Yeah. No, it's arguably their worst song. My favorite song by Journey is probably Separate Ways.
Mhm.
It's a good song. The Wheel in the Sky is a good one. Let's see.
I don't actually know any of their other songs, I
The
think.
wheel in the sky keeps on turning. I cannot sing for anything.
Elton John treasures cock rings Eminem gave him as a wedding present.
Oh, okay. Maybe he got remarried.
From Celeb Entertainment, Independent Code, UK, New Zealand Yahoo News.
You're a Yahoo. There was name a genre of music and I'll tell you either a band or a song I like, because almost any
Classical.
classical
hmm
in the Hall of the Mountain King.
That was actually the go-to example that came up last night when I was talking about it.
It's my absolute favorite. Like, I technically don't even think it's classical.
Yeah.
It probably falls under some like subgenre, but in the big lump sum, I would call that classical. And
Yeah.
then a lot of Beethoven's music is really good.
I like Moonlight Sonata, and that's pretty much it.
I thought you liked the Gumdrop Forest Fairy.
Oh yeah, well that's Tchaikovsky.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I was just memeing when I said it was my
I
favorite.
figured you were.
Yeah. Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies.
Yeah. Hit me with another
Another
genre.
country.
Tennessee Whiskey is a really good country song. I
Well,
couldn't tell you who it was by.
I don't even know the name of it, but it's just like All My Exes or something.
All My Exes Live in Texas.
Yeah, is that the name of it?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that one, but that's probably just because it played on San Andreas radio.
Yeah.
Uh,
How about what would you consider Big Iron? I would almost. It's a ballad. It's a cowboy
like-
ballad.
yeah, it's like folk music almost.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That would be my folk song.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Yeah. It is like expert storytelling.
Yeah,
Like
and
it tells such a good story, and it's still so musically like.
if you want a song,
thrilling.
yeah, that is weaker on storytelling but stronger on music than El Paso by Marty Robbins is also very good.
Mm.
But then as far as other genres are concerned, I was thinking about it. I don't know if I can, like, off the top of my head, name a rock song that I like.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what kind of rock? Because the Beatles are technically rock.
Yeah. And, Beatles. But
You don't like the Beatles?
not really.
Oh, I really like the Beatles.
There's like 2 Beatles songs that I like.
What are they?
Strawberry Fields Forever.
That's a good one.
Eleanor Rigby.
Eleanor Rigby is a fantastic song.
Yeah. Those are the only, because like everything else is like, whatever.
You don't like Let Me Hold Your Hand? Or I Want to Hold Your Hand? You don't like Yellow Submarine? You don't like...
I don't think I've actually ever heard Yellow Submarine.
It's all right. It's not one of my favorites.
Hold My Hand, Hold Your Hand, whatever the
Wanna
fuck
Hold
it's
Your
called.
Hand.
It's pretty good. But like I'm not putting it in any of my playlists.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a big thing that I like is experimentation.
Mhm.
I'm a big fan of that, and like the Beatles are very methodical.
Yeah.
You can go back and like hear interviews about them like studying chord progressions and everything. That's
Mhm.
fine, but like
Okay, well, then listen. I would suggest their music when they started doing drugs.
yeah,
Like Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
no,
You don't like that song?
I've never heard it.
Oh, it's about LSD. I'll play
Yeah.
it for you whenever podcast is over. But
Yeah.
it's really good.
Um,
Do you like Queen?
a few Queen songs.
A few of the Queens.
Yeah.
Do you like trying to think of more rock. Like Led Zeppelin,
I don't know if I know any Led Zeppelin songs right off.
Stairway to Heaven, Black Dog. I think Black Dog is the name of it.
I know I've heard Stairway to Heaven. Do not know what it sounds like right off.
It's really good. Apparently that's one song that if you ever go into like a guitar store, they will like ask you not to play it because
Yeah.
everyone will go in there and start picking.
Smoke on the Water.
Yeah. You just play the first like note. Do you like any rap music, Jackson? Old school rap.
Old school rap. Ain't Nothing But a G Thing. It's a good one.
I love like
Tupac.
Tupac is so good.
Yeah.
I could listen to Tupac all day.
Yeah, I'm a fan of early Snoop.
Yeah,
and,
Snoop is good. Gin and Juice is a good song.
Yeah, it is.
I like a lot of early Eminem.
I've never really listened to Eminem. I've never really listened to Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls is good.
Yeah.
Hypnotize, Big Papa, like, oh my god.
Big Papa's.
Big Papa's
I think
a
everyone knows
classic.
that one.
Yeah, if you don't like Big Papa, you're just wrong.
I wouldn't say I don't like it. I just don't really know it that well right off, but I know I have
It
heard
goes
it.
something like, I love it when you call me
Big Papa, yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Allow me to lace these lyrical douches in your bushes.
I was gonna talk about experimentation,
Mhm.
and that's a big reason I like Kanye so much.
Kanye is good.
Kanye is so fucking out there for being mainstream. I'm just a big fan of it. Like, when I first heard "I Am a God,"
Yeah.
that was like the first actual song of his that I heard. I was like, damn, like that's
I think the earliest Kanye song I can recall hearing, like on the radio, was Heartless.
Heartless.
Yeah.
Is that?
It's from 808s and Heartbreak.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He used a lot of auto-tune in that album.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
but
like
I think Kanye gets so much hate.
Yeah, like there are some parts of his songs that I wish he would just fucking leave out.
Mhm.
Like there's a part in I Am a God where it's literally just screaming for like 40 seconds. So as much as I love that song, I have to leave it out of my shower playlist because I don't want people hearing screaming while I'm in the shower. Yeah, he's just like gasping, and it's like, I get it's like artistic or whatever, but man, I'm just trying to listen to music.
Yeah, that's what I hate about Guns N' Roses is fucking Axl Rose. Like, shut the fuck up. Like,
him having an orgasm in the middle
of Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
He's like, It's like, I get it's artistic. Shut the fuck up. Guns N' Roses is such a good band, except for him. Like,
and he's who our friend is named after.
Yeah. My dad will probably listen to this and be like, Axl Rose is good. But no, father. Axl Rose is bad.
Yeah.
He's the worst part of that band. And I used to be a huge fan. And then I started listening to them and started realizing the more I listen to their music, the more I hate his voice.
Yeah.
Just an annoying son of a bitch.
So when I'm driving, I listen to Spotify, and generally when I'm listening to Spotify, there's like a few different artists I swap between. It used to be exclusively Scattle on my Spotify.
Yeah.
I was in Scattle's top 0.005% of listeners or whatever.
Damn.
It was like number one fan because I would listen to them every day when I worked, just through earbuds.
Yeah.
On the drive home, on the drive there.
You got a DM from him.
I never did.
You should have sent him a screenshot of that.
I did.
Oh, wow.
He never responded.
Damn.
He's unimpressed.
Yeah.
I need to get to the top 0%. I need to be the listener, but he probably is the number one Scattle listener. Scattle is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've heard every single Scattle song probably 20 times at least in my life. I've heard Knock Knock probably 2,000 times.
Yeah.
Because it's the good hotline one.
See, I don't use Spotify much because I don't have the free version.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking about getting rid of my iPhone and going to Android, which is like unheard of for me because I've had an iPhone forever.
Buy my Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus.
For how much?
$200.
175, maybe.
Bitch.
Think about it. But I've used it here. I re-downloaded it and made my own account just so I can listen to the podcast.
Mhm.
If I don't have any other available way, I'll listen to it on Spotify.
Yeah.
And then the person I'm talking to sent me 3 playlists that I'm working through right now. A lot of music I've never heard, but it's all like really good.
Yeah, that's a really fun thing to do is collab playlist.
Yeah.
Just to go outside your comfort zone and like bring someone else into yours.
Yeah. I need to suggest that.
Yeah. I think that's a lot of fun. You both pick an arbitrary number and you submit that many.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'm going to do that. But I'm also going to actually probably buy an account on Spotify.
Yeah.
But they suggested a song that I showed you the other day, actually before the last podcast, called Washing Machine Heart.
Did you show me that?
Yeah, we were out on the back patio.
Oh, yeah.
It was a very interesting song. It like barely followed like a lot of the bars in the singing would go over into like another it's right there, into another bar down by your phone. You know what I'm talking about? Like where lyrics will go past a bar
Yeah.
into another like set of beats.
Yeah.
And so it's somewhat awkward, but like can fit. It like it produces a uncomfortable feeling.
I don't know if it's what you're talking about, but there's this really interesting thing that I learned about a few weeks ago called polyrhythming, where you can have some instruments playing notes in 4/4 and some of them playing them in 3/4, or it can be like any combination of time signatures, and it just kind of works, even though it really shouldn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was talking about Spotify earlier.
Yeah.
Talked about Scattle. Carpenter Brute is hugely influential on me. I love his music. It's like horror synthwave, I guess, and love every single one of his tracks. And then I listen to Kanye. There's like some very rare outliers where it's like I'll pop in like Pumped Up Kicks or like Hey Ya, because like
Hey Ya's a good song.
Yeah, those are like one-off songs from like genres that are pretty far outside of my comfort zone, but like I've just grown attached to those songs.
Yeah.
But when I'm at home, I have like 2 gigabytes probably of just downloaded chiptune, and I just play that in Winamp, which is like this really old, crusty fucking media player from
Llama.
Yeah, it's from like 1995.
I didn't know that it was that old.
Yeah, and like they updated it up until 2012, and then they just stopped for like a long time, and then they like there was like a leaked version, and they were just like, okay, whatever, we'll just go ahead and release this version that was leaked. It still is shitty. Like it doesn't have native Windows like taskbars and stuff, so you can't like maximize it easily.
Yeah.
But I mean, the chiptune support is unbeatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it's all synthesized on the fly, so it's like crisp 44,000 kilohertz, or I think that would just be whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's clear.
No, my
44.1 kilohertz. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. My like musical taste.
Yeah.
I think you know this is all over the place. Like it's hard to really lock me down in saying I like this genre the most, because like I listen to a lot of No Doubt. I listen to a lot of Kanye. I listen to stuff like Suicide Boys. I listen to stuff like Avenged Sevenfold, or I listen to, what else is there? System of a Down.
Yeah.
I listen to, like, if I opened up my playlist and played like 5 songs, none of them would fit in the same category. Like Weezer's on there. Big Iron shows up often. Like it is just all over the place. And I think it's because like I don't like being stuck in one genre and that's all I hear.
Yeah.
But like I like the variety, and I will jump from song to song, and I'll scroll through and be like, you know what, I'm feeling backcountry right now, and click on backcountry, and just fucking, it's got such a good guitar solo in it that I'd go ham.
Yeah. For me, it's like my life is a movie, so I need the same motif whenever I'm doing anything.
Yeah.
I just need that background music, which I've been told my music is all background music, which I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, as a game developer, that's what I'm shooting for. Like what?
Any of your boss battle music. Like, I could not like have that in the background. That'd be like front and center. Like, dun-dun-dun.
Yeah. Like TikTok. That's the
TikTok's a good one. That's a good background song.
Yeah.
If you could play any song, like if any song played anytime you walked into a room, what would it be?
It's a difficult question. Don't Fear the Reaper.
That would be good. The opening riff.
Yeah.
That would be good. Mine would be the middle riff of Don't.
Oh
Fear the
yeah.
Reaper.
So I have to walk in and stand there in a Superman pose for like 20 seconds, and then you walk in.
I am the Reaper. That would be awesome. Have I ever asked you about the hypothetical of you can remove all sound from life and replace it with whatever you want? So like knocking on wood, you could make it sound like whatever you wanted to. Like you could make it sound squishy.
I don't like that.
yeah, like rustling leaves, you could make sound like water flowing. Like
yeah,
like the concept of, I think that would be really interesting to put into a game where the sound design is just like none of the
random
sounds are what you think they should be.
Yeah.
Like you're walking through woods and like you like maybe push a tree over, and instead of hearing,
Yeah.
you hear like a trumpet, like, and then it hits, and you hear like a crash on a drum cymbal.
Yeah.
That would be really cool, where like everything is just musical.
Be strange, but
Yeah, the world of music.
yeah. Oh, my ankle just popped.
Minecraft sound pack.
Yeah. You're familiar with LSD Dream Emulator?
No.
It is a very strange PlayStation 1 game, only came out in Japan, where the premise of it is you always start in the same place, but like in any time you bump into an object or a wall, it just like fades to black and it takes you to a new random dream.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the goal of the game is to every dream you have is aligned on a compass,
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to get one of every cell in that compass.
Yeah.
You have upper dreams and downer dreams. So like there's sometimes you'll be teleported to like a dark alley with just like a figure standing there, and that's definitely a downer.
Yeah.
Then you have other ones where it's like a bright sunny day and stuff. But like all the graphics are really weird. It's a PS1 game.
Yeah, I was gonna say PS1.
Yeah, so there are some times where like the ground texture is like a face,
Mm-hmm.
and footstep sounds are just like random noises. It just made me thinking about that. It's just like a squeaking noise sometimes.
It's like rubbing two pickles together.
Yeah. There's some where like you're just like in a long corridor.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool of a concept, and I enjoyed what I played of it. I didn't play for super long. It was like 2 hours, but that's a really cool one. And on the topic of weird, obscure games, there was this one I played on Congregate a long time ago where it was like a Unity game. So like you have to have the Unity web plugin or whatever.
Yeah.
Where you get a camera and there's just like a note telling you to like zoom in with the camera on like this chair.
Mm-hmm.
And you do that. It has a really, really high optical zoom. So you're just zooming in forever. And there's like tiny people that you can like talk to.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it like tells you to like go around the room and find these other people, and you're like getting these things for them. They're like all faceless, like polygonal figures, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then you left a comment saying that you're 8 years old, and
yeah, and then I got banned.
Like,
and
hey, Jack,
nah, I was probably like 10 or 11 when I played
Jack
that game.
plays game.
Yeah, Jack plays game.
A single game.
I did play one game and then I got banned. I'm sure it was Age of War 2.
Did you ever play Bowmaster?
I think so.
Well, that one was really fun.
Is it the one that's similar to Gunblood?
No.
Okay.
Those were made by the same person.
Yeah.
Well, the one I'm thinking of is like you're in this tower and you can spawn units,
Mhm.
and you've got enemy units coming down this hill, and you got to send enemies, and it's basically one of those games, but you can like either fire from the tower, and it's a really cool like drag back from your character to aim, or you can like get out of the tower, and it's a very classic game.
There was this really, really impressive Flash game I played called like Z Attack 2 or something. It had a really dumb title, but it was like I would call it a first-person shooter,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing was actually 3D. It just had view models and pre-renders of like zombies in the distance. But for what it was very cool. Gunblood, I am a huge fan of.
Yeah.
That game was just the coolest.
Gunblood is a classic. It
Yeah.
was one of my early memories on the internet.
Crush the Castle was very good.
Yeah. Did we? I don't know if we've talked about the game that I'm wanting to make, which is essentially like the Big Iron video game.
Yeah,
I don't know if we've talked about it,
we've not on the podcast.
but I think the one thing that I'm still trying to come up with for whenever we eventually get to programming it
Mhm.
is the main gameplay aspect, because I've got like the story and everything,
Yeah,
but
because you didn't really make it.
yeah. I do plan on altering
Yeah,
the
I'm
story.
just joshing you.
Yeah. We're gonna thank Morty Robbins at the end.
He's dead.
Yeah, I know, but we'll still thank him.
Thank you, dead man.
But I think one thing that I do plan on drawing a lot of inspiration from is Gunblood, because Gunblood has such a good dueling system
Yeah,
that like you feel like, you know, it's a good balance of difficult and fun.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you can definitely get good at it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not, I wouldn't say it's realistic, but it's got parallels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty comparable, I guess. I showed you Call of Juarez Gunslingers duels, where you have to like
line up a bunch of things.
Yeah, you have to keep your hand positioned while also keeping it close, so that way you can draw fast.
Yeah.
So you're like managing both your left and right hands at once to like focus and keep your crosshair pointed at them. But
I would say that almost doesn't that almost leans too much on like skill rather than it looking super fun.
Yeah.
Or like really interactive. Whereas like I would almost want to come up with some sort of first person system of Gunblood. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I had this idea for a VR game that would pretty much be that. Like you just start, and I guess a better inspiration or example of inspiration would be Duck Game.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just black, like, you know, you can't see anything, and then it just starts and you like look around and just trying to find a weapon, and you're just trying to kill the person right in front of you.
Yeah.
And you're just like constantly getting matched with new people over and over. And it's just this endless loop of get something fast, kill someone fast, go on.
Yeah.
But it's in VR.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, it'd be simple to make.
Have you seen the I can't remember. It's just the Russian roulette simulator, I think, where you get like one actual like play through it where you just spin the revolver, and if you live, you live, and you have the choice of going or stopping.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's actually like a leaderboard of how long people have survived without like shooting themselves.
Yeah.
I think you have the option to add more bullets and have a higher chance of dying, or leaving like one bullet and leaving it like 1 in 6 chances.
Yeah.
But you can like spin the
cylinder.
Yep. As however many times you want or whatever, and then you can pull the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
And if you die, your run is dead and you can no longer go.
Yeah.
So it's like your character on the leaderboard stops at a certain point and is guaranteed to stop at a certain point.
That reminds me of a Flash game called You Only Live Once.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a platformer. It has like this long intro cutscene, and you're just like this normal dude whose like girlfriend got kidnapped or something, and you like go to like a Bowser clone's castle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Bowser, but it isn't him. And you have like 3 or 4 hearts, and once you die, it's just this screen with like no music of like your grave.
Yeah.
If you refresh the page, then it just takes you back to that screen.
Yeah.
And like if you keep doing it, you can just see like flowers growing on your grave and stuff.
That's really cool.
That's all though. Like I remember I even like cleared my cookies as a kid, and I still couldn't. I had no idea how it worked.
Yeah.
It like integrated with like my Newgrounds account or something.
Yeah. There's a game called The Longing, I think.
Yeah.
Where it's got a 400-day real life timer that syncs up with your computer or what be it, and you're basically there's this old god
Mm-hmm.
that tasks you with waking him up at the end of the 400-day timer, and there are very minor things you can do throughout the game, but it's like $15 or $20. I'm like on the verge of buying it.
Yeah.
So it'll take over a year to beat. But there are little things here and there to do, and like if you're not in the game, the timer keeps going. You have to wait for like plants to grow and a spider to spin a web to get to certain parts of the map, and it happens so long on the thing, and you just plays this little guy called like a shade or a shadow or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a really cute character, but it takes 400 days to actually complete the game. Like,
yeah.
Can't beat it any quicker, can't beat it any slower.
Set your system clock forward.
Yeah, I don't think that even works.
Really?
Yeah, but I'll show you like the trailer.
Yeah.
And I think they released a trailer that was like 4 hours long or something like that, just to show like it's basically a play on the reverse of how time is usually played in games, where it's like you've got a time limit
that is so short that like you've got to get stuff done.
Yeah.
Like early Sonic games, early Mario games, like you gotta beat the level within like 300 seconds or whatever.
Yeah, it's not even real seconds. They go by like twice as fast.
Yeah, and so like in this, it's you have all this time.
You're just waiting. Yeah,
relax.
It reminds me of this game. I don't even remember the name of it, but it was a Flash game, and it's like the world is going to end in 400 years, something like that. I don't really know now, but like the only thing you can do is you can move around and you can hold space to wait.
Yeah.
And I remember there was the very first obstacle in the game that isn't just holding right. There was like this water, right? There was water and then there was land on the other side. So I like walked over and I was like in the water and I just held space for like 350 years. It was a long time. And then I realized like, oh, when it's winter, the water is frozen. So like I only had to technically use like half a year to turn it from summer to winter. But here I am wasting over 3/4 of my time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, well, this game was fun. That's all I played of it. But
the interesting thing about this game is you can't wait. You can't pass time any quicker.
Yeah.
You have to wait a year and 2 months, a month or two.
Yeah.
Before you can actually finish the game. But like, I'll show you. I'll probably actually just go ahead and buy it because I do want to get started on it. And
yeah. I think games integrating with real time scale is very, very cool. It's what Animal Crossing does, of course. Yeah. There's this Sega Genesis collection thing where you have like a virtual room. I have it on Steam, and like there's just an option to like sync it with real life. So like if you're playing the game late at night, then you can like hear crickets outside and there's no sun. Yeah. It's just a dark room. But if you're like up early in the morning, then you like hear birds and stuff, and there's like the sun starting to come through. It's like very, very good atmosphere. Yeah. And yeah, I think things like that are really fascinating.
This one takes place in a cave. So
oh, yeah, fun.
Yeah, the distinction between day and night, there is none.
I guess that's good if you're going to be waiting for a long time. Maybe that's not good.
400 days.
Yeah, it's like the Vsauce thing.
Really slowly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, I meant to ask you something. What's the difference between Vsauce and Vinesauce?
Vsauce is a science channel, a general educational knowledge thing, and Vinesauce is a group of streamers.
So they're not connected at all?
At all. They are completely
For some reason,
separate.
for the longest time, I always assumed that it was connected.
Nope, it was a pure coincidence.
Yeah.
I don't remember. One of them got their names, if not both of them actually, from like a random name generator. So it may be possible that like they use the same random name generator or something. Yeah. But yeah, no, they're separate entities entirely. Vinesauce has like, I would say 2 really big streamers, that being Vinny and Joel.
Yeah.
And then they've got like a few that are somewhat substantial, and they've got a few really tiny ones, which is surprising. You'd think the Vinesauce name would really carry you, but yeah, there's some small Vinesauce streamers. Not like I'm sure they get like 50 viewers, I guess, but like, you know, when Joel streams, he'll probably have like thousands. Yeah. But yeah. Joel's claim to fame was Windows destructions. Yeah. Yeah. I used to be a big Vinesauce boy. Yeah. I know whenever I started watching JoJo, you mentioned that Joel's last name is
Johansson.
Yeah, and so you're like,
Johansson, whatever. He acknowledges that he's a JoJo.
Yeah, he's a big JoJo fan.
I need to show you. Did you ever watch JoJo's Very Short Adventure?
Nope.
That's pretty funny. But you would have to watch JoJo to get it. So, Blake is calling me. It's also about time to end the stream. So
yeah.
Hey, right. I'm gonna answer and have him on the stream. Hey, you are live on the podcast. I called it a stream.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say hello to the podcast.
Hello, podcast.
This is Crispy Play on Twitch. He asked the very first podcast question. Yeah, so we're almost done recording. Is there anything you want to say before we end the episode?
First of all, hello to me. I guess future me when I listen to the podcast.
Oh, and philosophical.
Yeah. Also, do it fart.
A question from Graham Crispy Play.
Do it fart.
Probably.
Rap. That's all I gotta say. But I'm gonna put you on mute real quick.
Okay. Oh, I was gonna say bye.
Oh, bye. I'll call you back in a minute. But yeah, so I guess that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
We'll call it there very abruptly. Thank you for listening. Have a good morning. Have a good night. We're gonna work on once again getting t-shirts. It's taking a minute for me to get in
The design crew.
to line everything up.
Yeah.
But I'm planning by next month t-shirts and stuff. It's our own advertising form because we don't advertise the podcast
Yeah.
yet.
Gonna get a billboard.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for listening. I suppose it is reached that point in the podcast.
It is time already.
Yes. We have been going for, Jackson originally wanted the episodes to be very short, maybe 20 to 40 minutes.
Yes, 20 minutes ideal, maybe 30.
But we are at an hour and 16, and that is accounting for things that we will cut out.
It is too long.
Jackson thinks it is too long. If you think an hour and 16 minutes is too long, I feel sorry for you.
I'm a very busy man. I have too many obligations.
This is one of them.
My son-in-law is getting married next month.
I hope I'm invited. Okay, you can end the
I'm not
podcast.
gonna question my son-in-law getting married.
That implies you are already married yourself. Before me.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah, you'd have to be married to have a son-in-law.
Damn.
That's your... Wait, son-in-law would be your that would be your kid.
I don't know how
That would be your kid's husband. Your kid's husband is getting married.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Interesting.
I think.
Very interesting. Your son-in-law is getting married to your daughter. Or son.
He's getting married to somebody. I don't know, dude.
Your child is getting married to your son-in-law.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.